At Partners International, when we talk about the art of alignment, we're talking about aligning what individuals do best with what their organization needs most. When I was getting my first graduate degree in psychology, I remember specifically in marriage and family therapy that I learned when partner one came into my office, that wasn't my client. When the spouse came into my office, that person wasn't my client. It was their marriage, it was the relationship between the two that I was to be concerned with. And that was the greatest epiphany of my graduate work, and that's the underpinning philosophy of contextual alignment and what we call contextual coaching. When we conduct a coaching engagement, it's always in the context of the organization. Whenever we do strategic team alignment, it's always in the context of the organization. We're always looking at building in the leaders competencies, confidence, consistent leadership practices across the organization. These are the critical components for success in what we do. In our 2009 book, The Coaching Connection, from the American Management Association, we describe the components of organization that we pay attention to when we coach. At Partners International, we understand that a global business strategy conversation starts with a global talent strategy conversation. If you could hear the voice of the organization describing what it needs, it would talk about economies of scale, it would talk about human productivity, it would talk about driving costs out of the business, and adequately compensating all of the stakeholders. So to accomplish that, we need to focus on that symbiotic relationship between the individual and the organization. When you look at the work that individuals do, the work that teams do, and the strategic agenda of what the organization is trying to accomplish as a whole, you can see the need for strategic alignment, for contextual alignment, so that all of that work cross-pollinates, cross-energizes. Then you can align productivity, performance, and profitability. When you consider all the components of a talent strategy in an organization, there's career transition services, the talent mobility of moving people from one position to another position in the organization, or moving people from inside the organization to outside the organization. There's the recruitment, the onboarding, the reboarding of people in new responsibilities. All of that is done with an eye toward leadership and keeping people succession ready at all times. That's why we focus constantly on building the leaders that are going to build your business.